chunks of their former spacecraft lay dotted around the place. They would deconstruct the pieces and use them to create the guns. Thus the old Altura helps form the new. Grubb went on a midnight stroll and walked past this massive herd of boomalopes. He picked up the corpse of a dead chinchilla. How it died was irrelevant. The wildlife here could have lived peacefully with the settlers, but that time was over. It died when the cat did. The animals seemed to know the thoughts of the people that lived within Altura. The boomalope, insane, rushed towards the colony in hopes of blood. The gun turrets were not ready, managed to venture forth unmolested. Seeing no one to sate its bloodlust upon, it roamed aimlessly, waiting for a victim. Skagnetti ventured out and could see it. She ran inside and called out for Grubb. With his Lee Enfield rifle, he took aim and fired upon the monster. Grubb would need to be careful. If it died too close to the power generators, a massive explosion could occur. The boom loops live up to their name and cause horrific fires. Grubb and Engie worked to beat out the flames before it spread towards the batteries. The fire was heavy and spread faster than they could beat it away, but still they continued. They had to persevere. As long as they could keep it away from the batteries, it would be okay. If they weren't careful, the fire could eventually be seen from space. As long as they keep it away from the power, they could hope for rain. It reached the solar generators, causing minor damage. They would need to do repairs. Taking in shifts as to who should beat out the fire and who should sleep. Fortunately, the rains did come and removed the threat of the fire. During this time, while hunting, an alpaca sought revenge. Grubb was a good shot and his aim was true. But a more dangerous enemy approached them. Raiders from the sear of the mountain, turtle and swan, wielding bows. Grubb saw them immediately while hunting. He took aim and fired. An arrow went past him, and another. He would need to find cover. Taking shelter behind the partially constructed power generator, he took fire upon Turtle. He began to swear under his breath that the power conduits had not yet been built, and the sandbags had made of providing effective cover for their enemy. Andrew could hear the gunfire and ran out. She saw the attack happening and flanked Turtle. As she did, she took an arrow. Even at close range, she was a bad shot. If she wasn't careful, she'd get herself killed. Grubb started to panic, his aim shaky. A messy kill. Turtle lay dead, and Swan fled in fear, off to warn the others of Sierra on the mountain that Altura was armed with more advanced guns than the tribesmen held. After every encounter, it seemed that Grubb was always the first one to get himself injured, and it always lay to Olga to perform doctor work. Shame she was never any good at it. But she tried. As three of them slept and Olga continued to cook, an eclipse began. The solar panels would not work as a result, but it was a good thing they had those batteries in place, so that they could continue to cook and enjoy the benefits of light. They stripped Turtle naked and buried him beside Sanfaria. As she walked back, the thought came to Engie. Just how many dead would she have to put into the ground until rescue finally came? If it ever would. Such thoughts were unhealthy. A good thing they had horseshoes to keep themselves occupied. Bloody hell, Grubb, you aim like Helen Keller. A thunderstorm. Loud and angry. But that didn't stop them. The work would always continue. They wouldn't let some flashing lights scare them away. No, they'd fought too hard. The rain was no excuse to give up and take it easy. They needed these power conduits built and fast. The gun turrets must be made. They could ill survive another attack without them. Scagnetti worked towards mining the metals. The colony always demanded. Its needs were without end. But the first sentry gun came online, with basic AI functionality to differentiate between friend and foe. It wasn't enough. They had to make more. And so they did. I built a second, and I planned for a third, and a fourth, and eventually a fifth, and then even more. This place would need to become not just a home, but a fortress. The first 2 guns were online, but still the colony suffered from disturbed sleep and intrusive thoughts. A few plant pots here and there, maybe that could help. Why not a chess game? Bring some joy to the place? Yeah, that would be nice. An electrical fault caused a minor explosion and destroyed all the small power within their batteries. But fine, it just means they'll need a more consistent form of power, such as wind turbines. And they had the perfect place to build them too, the form of fire, clearing away most of the plant life. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I know, said NG. Let's throw a party. So they did. But only with horseshoes. And only 2 of them arrived. It's all about the simple pleasures upon this RimWorld. Helps to keep one sane.